Okay, welcome everybody to the Stonington Beautification special meeting. It is Monday, March 15th. It's 5 o'clock. And I'm going to call this meeting to order. We're going to just stand where you are. We're going to do the pledge.
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it's one
stands,
nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all.
Thank you so much. I just want to take a quick roll call and just make sure that I can hear you guys. So Danny?
Here.
Okay, Ayo?
Yep.
Okay, Eric can't be present. Kristen?
Here.
Okay, Carol Nossick, I don't think is logged on yet. Kit Hartford? She is running late, and we have Anne Marie.
Here.
Okay, and we are joined by First Selectwoman Deb Downey. So thank you so much, Deb, for joining us tonight.
Not select woman, just select woman.
I know, I can't get used to that. I'm so sorry. All right, so first we're going to do approval of minutes for February 22nd. You should have all received that today.
Yes.
Was there any amendments on that? Did you guys see anything? Any mistakes?
Oh, I make a motion.
No, it looks good.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Who was that second, just so I can get it for the minutes?
Anne Marie,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay. All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much. All right. Under new business, as far as correspondence, I did hear from Stonington Garden Club member Laura Metzger just today. I haven't had a chance to reach out to her, but she has interest in learning more about our Pollinating Pathway project. So she's showing interest in maybe helping out, or maybe we can even have her join our next committee. But again, it's going to be great to have another member from the Stonington Garden Club working with us on that. So I will reach out to her.
Yeah.
We also had a message from Jean Fiore. She's a Stonington resident, lifelong member of Stonington resident. She attended West Broad Street School, and she's also a member of St. Michael's Church. And definitely had some concerns about the trees, if they would be going back in front of West Broad. She had some concerns about that. I did forward all that message to all of you, so you should have received it today. She did have some suggestions about maybe moving them to a different location along Moss Street, William or Cortland. And obviously someone that is in support of trees, but she just kind of mentioned on how the clean look of the school and how it was, how it looked 100 years ago. So, so again, make sure you read that if you have any questions on that. So moving on, Ayo, we're going to be talking about Earth Day, which is Thursday, April 22nd. Do you want to talk a little bit about that or what you're envisioning?
Sure.
Sorry,
I did
Julie Carroll.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Carol.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Sorry,
Carol.
Yep.
No,
we're just
no,
on Earth Day, Carol. You didn't miss much.
Yeah. So I spoke with Toller and Toller Heffel, and he is interested in doing a cleanup in downtown Pawcatuck. We have targeted April 25th from 9 until 12, and a rain date of May 2nd. So if we're all in support of that, I will follow up with him, and he will help us make the arrangements to be all set with that.
I think that's wonderful. So again, Toller Heffel, everybody, for those that are new to the committee, he's run a lot of our cleanup projects. Amazing Stonington resident, has donated a lot of his personal time cleaning up a lot of Stonington. So we're excited to have him back. So yes, Ayo, if you can reach out to him, tell him those dates sound great, and we will organize some volunteers. And I know he has safety vests, but if you can just reach out to him to see how many. And obviously, we want to make sure we spread people out and encourage people to wear masks and wear bright colors. So that's something that, you know, so Io, you and I can talk about that this week as far as advertising that. We could probably work with, you know, Danielle and maybe sharing it on the town website as well. And I just want to add to that too. So obviously there's a lot of areas in Stonington. So I encourage everybody, if there's an area in Stonington that you want to target. So obviously we have downtown Pawcatuck, which is a big area. But if there's an area in Stonington, I know Anne-Marie, you had mentioned that area around Mason's Island Road, or if there's an area that you guys are interested in, you know, even if you all have safety vests now, even if you're just grabbing a couple of friends or family members, you know, and then if you need support as far as
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I'm
Yes.
still here.
I think we lost.
Oh, good. I thought it
You're
was
all-
me.
We're all here except for Julie. Yeah.
Oh,
I
You
think
warned us.
no, we can't function.
Oh, no.
Danny, the next thing on the
Julie.
agenda, the Route 1 Island. Do you want to do that?
Yes, I know Julie was saying we needed to possibly allocate, it was $300, Kristen, I think, right, for new mulch, and I believe Sean and Antonio were going to maintain that area.
Yes, I did not hear the amount.
Here's Julie right now. Hello.
all right, I think we're coming back. I can see you now. Okay, I'm so sorry. So we were on Earth Day. Did you guys continue that?
Can I just ask something? For years, I've asked the select men / now select women to do a townwide cleanup to no avail. I mean, even if people put out, you know, or the powers that be put out something that's like, you know, let's get our yards clean, because just drive, I know there's state roads, but like Togwonk and Pequot Trail, now that the snow is gone, they are horrible. Pequot Trail is terrible. And it's an eyesore, you know, and it's an embarrassment, especially going up Pequot Trail where people are, you know, coming off the highway and directly through town. There's sheets of plastic and buckets and everything else. But I don't understand, even when Rob was in charge and everything, I try to say, like, you know, can you put out some kind of, you know, everyone just walk your property line and clean up your mess. And, you know, I know it's garbage trucks or people just dumping stuff out, but I mean, it literally takes a village, not 12 people.
Right.
Carol.
No, I'm sorry, Deb, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Carol, send me an email and I'll put it on our agenda for next week.
Okay. Yeah, because, yeah, and another thing I know Deb talked about, but kind of Earth Day, on Togwonk, are those, the new solar farm, have they been approached about being like a good neighbor and kind of put some screening up there?
I don't know. I can ask about that, Carol. I don't know, since it's like a private, you know, owner, but
I know, but
yeah.
it is to volunteer to be a good neighbor. You know, you could just say, I mean, at one minute it was woods and the next minute it's, you know, horrible. But that would,
Yeah, let me
you know,
ask Susan
help with
about
the
that
aesthetics.
and see.
All right.
if there's a
I'll send
protocol
you
for
something
that.
to, yeah, maybe we could do some kind of depth, you know, talk to Danielle and June about a townwide, just an initiative. I mean, nobody really has to do it if everyone just kind of took responsibility for their own property. And you know, if everyone walked their property line plus 50 feet, you know what I mean? That way everybody would kind of like overlap everybody else type of thing. But also, what about the town roads, Deb, with Pequot Trail is horrendous, and even Togwonk, and I know they're both cut-throughs. Would the state just be contacted with that?
I can.
You know, go ahead, Danny, because
No, I don't mean to jump in, Deb. I just wanted to say that I will say for the last month that the Public Works Department has been doing a lot of the back roads. I know Greenhaven, North Ingola, South Ingola, Farm Home. But I don't know about Togwalk. I can't specifically say anything about that, but I have noticed the state has not been out them unfortunately not that much this winter time doing their roads. I know. Route 1 is
Yeah.
pretty bad, especially across from Spruce Ridge and Spruce Meadows. I know
Oh, yeah.
the last very windy day, I know a lot of garbage has got blown all over the place, and unfortunately, a lot of it didn't pick back up.
Yeah, and also, unfortunately, I mean, Pequot Trail would be a great place, but for the layperson to walk that would be very dangerous.
Yes.
You know, to clean up
We're
garbage.
just gonna because that would be great to talk about that next meeting, Deb, and obviously you know, because I have gotten emails in the past of people wondering about cleanup projects, and I do empower them when I emailed them back to reach out to solid waste, that they can walk, you know, their road and do that. You know, they can get trash bags through solid waste as long as they're recycling them and as long as it's a labeled project. So obviously they don't want people, you know, saying they're in a cleanup project and then dumping stuff, you know, in their yard, you know what I mean? So it's got to be something that's organized and that they're contacting solid waste, talking to John. They can borrow safety vests if they need to. So it's almost like maybe educating the public as far as the resources that are there and how to do it. But yes, safety is a huge thing. That's always been my pet peeve as far as that. I just get extremely nervous seeing people out there, and they really need to have a buddy, somebody that's watching out, because there is a lot of distracted drivers and we all know that. So I'm all for it, but I always, you know, it's got to be well advertised as far as, you know, what to do, the safety portions of it, like you said.
Yeah.
But yes, empowering the town to do that, I think is a great idea. So so Deb, you and I can talk about that, and you know, maybe before you bring it up to the board, and maybe it's just something, whether it's a flyer or something that we can put out there would be fantastic.
Okay, yeah, and as I said, you know, send me an email, touch base with me, and Carol, do the same, and I'll make sure I can put it on our agenda.
Yeah, that'd be great.
great.
And yeah, even if it's just like a yearly, you know, Earth Day's coming up, or even if it's April 1st or whatever the deal is, it takes a village. Let's all pick up trash, kind of thing, you know.
I love it.
And oftentimes it's right on the end of somebody's driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. We constantly have stuff here where I live. So yeah, and I encourage you guys, like I said, you guys all have safety vests. You need to use them.
Yep.
You know, definitely the day of the event, whoever's going to be able to go to the Pawcatuck event with Taller Heffel, I encourage you all wear your safety vest so they know who we are. Okay,
oh, sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
Deb.
moving on. And again, that's the actual Earth Day is Thursday, April 22nd. So
right.
I think that's perfect timing, Io. So thanks for taking that on. Okay, Route 1 Island Project. That is the project that Sean and Antonio planted, and with help with Public Works. It does need to be remulched. This is something that at the last meeting we didn't allocate funds for. I did reach out to Sean. Him and Antonio will be cleaning that up and installing the mulch. I just asked him to give me a rough estimate, because they might have to use bags. I'm not sure yet, especially with how tricky that area is. I'm guessing, but I don't know. He just said not to exceed $300. So he thinks it's going to be cheaper than that, but I do want to ask the committee to allocate $300 towards the Route 1 Island project to spruce up for spring.
I make a motion.
Yeah, Carol seconds
Second
it.
Okay, thank you guys. So that's $300, and I'll let Sean know so you can do that this spring. So as far as sponsorships for our projects this spring, I think we're all in the same idea that it's very difficult to still ask for garden centers and other places for sponsorships this year towards our pots and things like that, or plants. So I don't know. I'm feeling comfortable I feel like we have enough right now to get through this spring and summer, but then come maybe fall and winter, we'll get back to sponsorships. It's kind of like my comfort zone right now. I think a lot of businesses are just trying to, you know, get back to normal, and as things are opening up, but we're just not in a position to ask right now for garden centers and all that. So, but as far as fundraising, I'm going to move on to the T-Shirt Fundraiser, which Kristen spearheaded, and wow, talk about like turning off a profit in not a lot of time, Kristen. Bravo to you. The shirts are adorable. I cannot wait to get mine. So you want to talk a little bit about that and whatever else you got under your sleeve that that worked out really good. I mean, to order something online, we don't have to worry about.
I think we lost her again.
Yeah, we did.
So I just wrote down some notes from the fundraiser. So the runtime for the fundraiser was the 2nd of March through the 11th. So we sold a total of 54 shirts.
Wow.
That about 2 shirts per person, but we definitely had some people who bought 1 and some people who bought 4 or 5. Total amount raised was $458.82.
Wow, that's great.
Of the sale, if you're curious, 24 purchases for the unisex classic tee, 12 for the V-neck tee, 12 for the long sleeve tee, 6 for the youth tee. And then the majority of people who purchased were from Pawcatuck. 19 sales were from Pawcatuck, 6 from Stonington, and 2 each from Mystic and 2 from out of town. And then 5 people did not share their contact information. For those that did share their contact information, we do have emails and addresses. I don't know what your thoughts are as far as sending a thank you for those that have purchased, whether it's email or a thank you card. I'm open to either. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Any thoughts on,
Carol,
Kristen sending an email out?
Yeah, I think this is Carol. I think that's a great idea. It's always nice to acknowledge, help that way. It is support, even if it's purchasing a T-shirt. I wonder if we should even just invest in like a postcard, like a stack of postcards that would be easy to send, and they would just be generic. Thank you for your support for the Stonington Beautification Committee, and then somebody could just kind of sign their name on the bottom if you wanted to make it a little personalized. But it would be an easy thank you just to send something out like that.
No, I agree. But Carol, I think that's an awesome idea. But maybe for now to get these out sooner, maybe just
sure.
an email.
Yeah.
And I think that's an awesome idea. Can I put that on the next agenda? Because obviously with the new logo, sure. I think that would work out really nicely.
Yeah.
Just remind me. I think that would be perfect.
And whoever's contacting, I guess it would be you, Julie, about Sean and Antonio when they are mulching the Route 1 island there, they should grab one of the signs, and as they're working there, put it there and then leave it up for like a week maybe.
Absolutely.
The new signs,
Yeah, great idea. Those signs are beautiful. You did a great job. Kristen, did you want to add anything as far as for a future fundraiser, or do you want to bring that up at the next meeting?
I think we can add it to the next meeting because it probably needs more discussion.
Okay. Because with another T-shirt fundraiser, you probably wouldn't launch that until when?
I was thinking closer to the fall.
Great. I love it. Okay.
Hi, this is Stacy.
All right.
Can I mention something?
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Jules. Hi, everybody. I have a quick question. So in a few catalogs lately, I've seen these things that are called seed pops, almost like seed lollipops, and they have seeds on them, whether it be a pollinating garden or you can get them like for a butterfly garden, or there's a bunch of different signs. I think Magnolia Home has them, Savannah Bee Honey has them, but I thought maybe, and I can look into it, they're about $4.99 each, and I don't know if any place does them for a fundraiser, but I thought it'd be something that maybe is more affordable to some people if they say they can't afford a T-shirt. That maybe it's something either we could give out at schools or we could sell at schools or do various things where you just stick it in the ground and the seeds just blow in the area that you put them. But I thought with the pollinating project, maybe that's something we could look at, and I don't mind looking into it if I can find a place that'll let us do it as a fundraiser.
Okay. Do you want to look into that? Do you want to look into that more, Stacy, and we'll talk about it next month?
I will. Thank you.
No, that's great. Love the ideas. Okay.
Maybe the farmers market on the docks, because I know the garden club is planning on putting something out there too. I don't know. Maybe someone would know who to contacting the borough to get just, I mean, a table, and I mean, it'd be perfect timing to
Oh, it would. I'd sit down there.
when the
That'd be a
farmers
great
market gets
idea.
outside.
You know, and actually,
Yeah.
Stacey, if you come up with something, obviously, you know, I don't want you to feel you have to wait till next meeting, because even like with what Kristen did, she just kind of emailed it. She took it upon herself to run it. So why don't you just get
Yep, that's
everything
not a
together
problem.
and just email us, and then that will just, you know, we can go forward quicker if you don't mind running it.
Nope, I have no problem doing that. Thank
I
you.
love that. No, thank you. Thank you. Okay. But yeah, just send an email blast on that and just keep us in the loop. Would be great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you kidding me? All right, future tree planting. The one thing going into this spring and this new year, I know Danny and I had discussed in the past, there's a lot of town property that I would love for us to be able to maybe purchase some seedlings, maybe buy the right kind of seedling, and target different properties in Stonington to plant trees. You know, part of our initiative to plant 100 trees, you know, even if they're seedlings. So Danny, I'd love for you to kind of think about some places maybe for the next meeting, or types of trees. I mean, I know my spruce trees grew so quickly in 10 years, just starting as seedlings. I'm sure there's some really good trees out there that we could plant within the community that won't cost us a lot of money by buying seedlings. So is that something that you can kind of take on and research?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Sweet, love it. And then as far as other tree plantings in the community, you know, obviously, you know, we'd love to plant more trees this year, but we have a very limited budget. We've already allocated $1,000, you know, towards trees down by West Broad, wherever they end up going. So no, with that being said, I just want to kind of keep going with the conversation, and if it's something that we can purchase seedlings at least this year, that would be kind of nice. All right. So the home street beautification. So Anne-Marie, you had brought that up last meeting, and unfortunately you and I weren't able to kind of meet down in Mystic.
Right.
And as far as the home street, I mean, that's something, you know, depending on what would be best there, that's definitely something that we can write a grant for and work with the I don't know, is it called the Downtown Business Association in Mystic, or Mystic Merchants? We can start communicating with them on what their wishes are, because that's going to be definitely a partnership as far as anything that we put down there to make sure we have support and help, you know, caring for everything. So
Exactly, I agree. Yep.
So for right now, Anne-Marie, I'm just going to table it, but you and I can, you know, maybe take a little road trip and check it out this spring, and that could be something that we could probably in the future write a grant for, or put into our budget for the following year, whether it be pots, whether it be, you know, the bridge project, whatever is needed there and could be supported and approved. But I think that's going to be kind of an ongoing discussion. And it would, like I said, it'd be nice
Yeah.
to just know what the businesses want.
I think that we, you know, if we take a look at it and come up with some ideas, and you know, design something that would be attractive in that area, it does need something.
No, I'm looking forward to
Garden
getting
club.
down. Yeah, and you know what, that would be good to bring in members of the garden club to kind of walk
Right.
around with us, Anne-Marie. So
Okay, great.
you know, we got the Mystic Garden Club, members of the Mystic Garden Club, or I mean, I think that's probably the first route, is get some members there.
And the stores might even sponsor them, because I know the big fountain in front of Bank Square Books, they, you know, kind of plant that. And
Oh,
then,
gosh,
who knows? And so maybe stores would sponsor. You could even, you know, would you like
I
to
was going
sponsor
to
a pot?
suggest that. Yes, exactly. I was going to suggest that, and then we could, you know, name the pot, you know, from the sponsor. Yep.
Yeah, or even how about the just might not even be in their realm, but the Kelly running statue there. You know, approach the you know, that organization. I know it has nothing to do with running, but it would be a beautification for downtown, and that's, you know, a big draw in downtown too. So who knows? They might sponsor a pot.
Yeah, I mean, and Carol and Anne Marie, if you have time to kind of get together on this, by all means, I just want you to feel empowered to kind of investigate that. The only
Super.
thing I'm going to just say where it comes to naming pots, it's one of those, we just, like I said, we just have to have that discussion where if someone buys a pot, where there's a plate on there, kind of like the same thing with trees, right?
Yeah.
I just want to be cautious, and that'll be a conversation for later on. I just want you, I want you both to feel empowered if you have ideas and if it's something that we can write a grant for and that can be approved. I just want you guys to feel empowered to investigate all that and have those conversations with some of those business owners and what they would like to see there. That would be amazing. So thank you both.
Like the downtown, restaurants and such, definitely. Real estate agencies,
Julie,
Or even just the ones right on Home Street too. You've got the salon, you've got engine room, and
right.
Lease Bakery, and all that. I would approach them for sponsorship right there. It's right in their yard.
Yeah, but again, it's going to be like who's going to water it, right? So those are like some really hard conversations that need to be had. Okay. All right, Danny.
I got one thing to add to that. No, we're going to have to be careful because I don't know how wide that sidewalk is. If I'm not mistaken, it's pretty narrow. I don't think so. We're going to have to be careful with putting a pot on the sidewalk itself. I mean, the bridge railing, definitely we could probably put something on. But I don't know if you're going to fit a wheelchair down the sidewalk with a planter on.
I don't think they could go on the sidewalk at all. You can't even kind of go 2 by 2 people.
No.
Right, right.
Yeah, so
you can't put planters on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all
on the flat.
Those are all going to be conversations and to investigate what can go there. So and like I said,
So
I think it's a great idea.
Even by the time everything for the spring gets done, might be something to do in the fall. Who knows?
No, I agree, but at least you can start having those conversations anytime, right? As you guys are walking downtown and just striking up a conversation with business owners on what they would like to see there. And remember too, on the Stonington side, the home street is the Stonington side. Yep. So no, feel empowered to have those conversations with business owners and on, what they would like to see there. Or if you have friends in the Mystic Garden Club, by all means, that would be great. So that moves us to discussion for future projects for 2021, 2022. This is all, hoping that the $5,000 stays within the budget for next year. So obviously, something like that, would fall under that, is not that the money that we have, as we know how quickly it gets eaten up by just maintaining what we have. So we might be just looking at anywhere from $500 to $1,000 as far as investing in something like that. And then obviously there's fundraising for the fall and or grant writing that we can do. But, definitely right now it's getting the ideas and what the community wants would be great. And I love that anyway, you guys getting out there and introducing yourselves and who you are and what you do, I think is really fantastic. So no, I want you all to feel empowered, doing that, reaching out to the public and reaching out to business owners. So Donahue Park lighting, safety lighting is something that we've talked about quite a bit. And right now it's in the SIP budget, and Deb Downey, you can probably explain this a little better, but as far as the SIP, it's kind of like labeled A through F or whatever as far as importance. So obviously I commend Barbara for putting that in her budget. So that way it could be something that it was a $10,000 request, something that could be, studied as far as the best products to be put in there. And that would also go into some of the installation as well. So right now it's in the budget, but obviously with deliberations with the Board of Finance, that's something that could be easily cut. But Deb, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's definitely in there, and I think I was trying to open this up while we spoke. I think it's a B.
Oh, that's okay. It's a B?
Yes. I think, unless I'm reading it's a B, but sorry, I should have opened the thing before I'm flipping.
No, that's okay.
But it is in there, And one thing we had thought originally is maybe we could get it into the project that was just approved, which is the replacing lighting with LED lights, but there are already LED lights at Donahue Park. So, you know, this is a different program to hopefully expand the lighting. I haven't seen any details or plans on it yet. I just know that it is in there in the set.
It sounded like it was just a matter of, you know, getting ideas and you know, collaborating. You know, I mean, I know this committee in the past, we talked about even getting trees lit up down there if we plant new trees and light them up, but having a inviting, safe place for people to walk at night. So, so we're not going to talk too much about that, but hopefully that's something that maybe stays in there, because that's something we've talked about for several years, and we just hope for the best. Also on that is pollinating gardens as we move forward. If you guys have other ideas, obviously we always want to add pollinating plants to our existing gardens, so that's something we can always look into. As far as pots, we mentioned Home Street. The other thing I kind of wanted to run by you guys is I would love to kind of maybe look into putting pots either attached to the gazebo at Donahue Park or around the gazebo at Donahue Park. Again, that's if funding is there, and if that's doable. But like I said, right now our money is kind of tapped until July 1st, and that's, you know, God willing, we get the $5,000. So that's just something for the future conversation. Now, Carol, I put in this agenda because you mentioned at the end of last meeting about maybe doing a pollinating community garden initiative. But I didn't know where you wanted to go with that. So do you want to talk a little bit about that, or do you want to discuss it at the next meeting? Carol? Oh, did we lose Carol?
No, I was on mute. Kristen, did you do a personal at your own home a pollinating garden? Did you get, like, you applied and yeah. So something like that would be great to, you know, I think if we, you know, the town is like Danielle or our select women have a great initiative to do the pollinating garden, but I think to reach out to the community would be great too. I know they put the one at Town Hall, but if we could all kind of tap into that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a total beautify and nature initiative in town with the you know, like a personal home pollinating garden, which also mimics the one through the town, and also like a cleanup. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like almost like let's naturize our town more than we are. And we're like two entities. We're kind of like the town and the public, and how do we get them to work together on the same kind of plane? So
Carol, is that something that
sure.
Carol, is that something that you want to tie into the Earth Day celebration?
Yeah, maybe I can. Deb, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh no, yeah, me too. No, maybe you and I can kind of work on that and how we can like get a townwide, you know, even if it's just this first year as a kind of a public announcement, you know, and then also even put out. I know Kristen's working on it, and there is like you can just do your own pollinating garden in your yard, and maybe something like that, Kristen. You know, I know you did the scarecrow contest and stuff like that. Some kind of not a contest, but like exposure plan or something like, look, this neighborhood put in one, or that neighborhood put in one, or this street has 10 of them, and that street has 12 of them, or so. You know what I mean? Kind of. I don't know. I think this can be bigger than what is right now.
Yeah, Carol, I'm happy to chat with you about it because, you know, we started kind of, it's like, I don't want to put it this way, but sowing the seeds of that in the town last spring and summer.
Right.
We do have, you know, some of the infrastructure in place. Plus, we have a lot of information from Sustainable Connecticut. So I'd be happy to talk and see if there's ideas of how we can expand it further.
Yep.
And on that note, Noreen Keppel, who's a master gardener, She is having a Zoom, it's called Pollinator Power, How to Attract Pollinators, this Thursday at 5 o'clock. It's through the Stonington Free Library. So things like that, you know, I've been sharing it on my page. I'll just share it again so you guys can see it. Stuff like that, information, you know, maybe that even can be shared, stuff like that on the town website, Deb.
Yeah.
As far as workshops and stuff like that. I mean, we try to share it on our page, but you know, but yeah, I mean, no. So Carol, I'm with you. I mean, if you have time to work on something like this, come up with the flyer and you know, along with Earth Day,
we'll figure that out.
You know, you know, definitely go with it, and then just get it approved by Danielle. Or maybe she can tweak it. But no, just if you have time to work on that, by all means, you can tie that in with the whole Earth Day cleanup as well.
Yeah.
Carol,
Okay.
this is Kristen.
Can I just add one? Wait, can you say that again? That's right.
This is Kristen. I was going to say, if you need any help with that, let me know.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh,
Jules,
wonderful.
you know what we did at
Go ahead, Stacey.
at Stonington Arms, what we did, we went out and purchased seeds. They're 40% off right now at Job Lot. And we made planting kits for all our residents for the first day of spring. And we're starting a pollinator garden. So all the residents are going to plant the flowers in their house because obviously they're still not getting out. And then they're going to start all the seeds for our pollinator garden. So
that's nice.
I was looking at that because that could kind of be a bigger project. There's a beautification committee in Georgia, and they get kids involved. They call them the Little Seedlings Club. And they have the little kids come and plant plants, and then they distribute them around town, or people can come to a certain place and pick them up. But the little kids start the plants to make the plants for the pollinator gardens.
I love that.
So we thought we would do it for our seniors because they're so bored right now with it being hot or cold. So we just took egg cartons that people were getting rid of, and we gave each of them 6. We're giving them packs of dirt and a pack of seeds, and we went and picked all the flowers that were good for pollinators. And they're going to start them for us, and they're so excited. But you could do that anywhere.
Yeah. Stacey, is that something you can give me a summary on, and I can share it with you know, the elementary schools, because they're always looking for projects like that, whether they decide to keep the seedlings and bring them home. Because I know with the West Vine Sensory Garden, we do have a little bit of funding. I know I'm getting off topic, but if that's something that, you know, we can get seeds and have them do a project, can you just give me a summary on that, and just we can kind of take it from there?
I can too. Yep, because we even made little labels for the packets with bees on them. It's adorable. So yeah, I will send you a whole thing of that. It's adorable.
No, you know, we got the elementary schools, West Vine and Deans Mill, and they're always looking for fun projects like that. So, you know, again, on that, Stacey, you know, definitely feel empowered to reach out. I don't know if I can always give you the contact for both administrators and some teachers. You know, obviously, as you know, I'm on the garden committee for West Vine, but that's definitely some fun stuff that I think if we just give them the how-to, they can get the kids more involved. And then like you said, with the seniors, even if that's something that we can share with other senior housing, you know, because obviously we're not in a position to fund, you know, all these seeds yet.
Right.
But it'd be nice to at least give these, you know, these other housing units and schools some great ideas on what to do, or even, you know, some of the high school and middle school kids, if they're looking for outreach, you know, to do a fun project to donate to people. So if you can summarize that and just, you know, because I know you guys all have some awesome ideas. So now it's just a matter of, not that we can all do it, but we should be sharing these ideas with the community, because I think that's fantastic.
Right. Even if this year we don't have enough funding for, you know, the seed packers or something, we could do almost like a how-to program this year, and then maybe fund, you know, little seed packets next year or something.
Well, you know.
No, absolutely. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stacey.
Is URI used to give us every year packets of seeds for free. We just had to go pick them up. from the Master Gardener
Oh.
program. So we would get that for the residents, and the residents, because we give out community plots at our property, they would use those seeds and just come in and pick up whatever they wanted. But you can pick flowers. We most of the time got vegetables for them, but we didn't sign up this year because we didn't know if people were going to be able to go out and garden until this week. So, but obviously it's something we could tap into URI or, you know, any other community college to see if they'd be able to do the same.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, Stacy, is empowering, like I said, because I get seeds for the sensory garden through URI, but obviously I'm only allowed so much, but it's empowering other schools and other agencies to reach out to URI, right? Because they have all that. So it's almost like we just need to give them the information, you know, and then empower them to reach out and get this free stuff and give them all this how-to stuff. So if that's something that you want to target, Stacy, why don't you, that'd be a fun, good thing for you to take on and empowering the community as far as these how-to projects.
Yeah, I will get that out hopefully this week, see what I can do, or next week.
Take your time. Io, did you have something to say?
Yes. When Carol was talking about, it sounded like there was some element of publicity to the idea of the pollinator gardens and things like that. The North Stonington Garden Club is starting this initiative, and somebody there was mentioning the importance of having adjoining areas of these pollinator gardens, so that it's not just like an oasis here and then like half a mile away there's another oasis, that encouraging your neighbors to also plant these so that there's like a continuous belt of pollinators, pollinating plants.
You know, so on that, Io, I think, you know, there's so many things, because you guys are just very, very knowledgeable. What's going to help me to get this stuff out is if you guys, when you have these this information, if you can summarize it, if there's stuff that we can put on our social media page, that'd be great. But I need you guys to like edit it, summarize it, give me the information, and then I can share it. You know, because I know we talk about stuff and then it doesn't happen, but it's almost like we got to take these tools and bring them to the community so that they can have these ideas and work with it. So I think it's all great ideas. Now we need to give it to the public so they can utilize it. I'm going to move a little quickly now, but no, I think those are all great ideas. And again, you guys should feel empowered to take all that on, Stacy. I think those are all great ideas, and just go with it. So old business spring plantings. Anne-Marie and I are just getting some prices, and we're going to finalize getting some prices. We're not in a position to ask for sponsorships for the plants, though Stacy Casada is sponsoring through Stonington Arms some of the pansies. So thank you, Stacy, for that. I really appreciate it. And I understand you guys are going to be helping with the plantings as well on the Wesley Pawcatuck Bridge. Stacy? All right.
We're hoping to do that the last week in March.
Yeah, that's perfect, because I don't even think that they're out yet. Anne-Marie's been calling around and not everybody has all that stuff. So maybe end of next week, Anne-Marie, I think you said. So I will tell you, I'm hoping, I'm hoping that we can plant let's see, the end of, that week of the, I don't know, Friday the 26th or Saturday the 27th. I'm thinking I want to target that week, and hopefully the plants are available. Because April 4th is Easter, so it's coming pretty quick. So, but those plants will go in very, very quickly. I know Carol and I and Danny have done it in the past, and obviously other members of the committee. So they go in pretty quickly, and Public Works already has everything up. So obviously, Carol, if you can either have me get this stuff or you can get the stuff. You have your budget, so if you want to go, to what other greenhouse you go, just putting it on our account and just save me the receipt, and whenever just use your own timeline with that. So as far as perfect, so West Broad Street school trees, that's still under discussion, because we have people that are for putting the trees back, and then we have a lot of people that don't want the trees back right in front of West Broad. So that's an ongoing discussion. Obviously, we've kind of made our, and Deb, please jump in here because I'm getting tired. But, you know, we're kind of like an advisory group to the First Selectmen's board. We can only make suggestions. We do not make the final decision as far as where trees go in the town of Stonington. We can only advise, right? So that's ongoing. They're still getting phone calls, and there's people that want the trees back, and there's people that don't want the trees back. So obviously, I think I speak for everybody where I feel it's there's safety issues, and obviously we don't want to see the sidewalks buckled again. But again, that's not going to be, our decision. We can only advise on a possible type of tree. But that's kind of where that stands right now. Deb, do you want to speak on that at all?
No, I think you got it. Basically, that's correct. We're looking for you guys for an opinion and recommendation, but the final decision, will be up to the town. And again, safety and handicap accessibility is, the big issue. We don't want trees that are going to be tearing up the sidewalk. We can't have a safety issue, and we can't have an issue where people with wheelchairs can't get through there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deb. So on Donahue Park Future Pollinating Garden, so with the fundraiser that Kristen just did, there is monies there. So, I mean, we can decide to put some funding in Donahue Park and put some new pollinating plants that'll be seasonal. So to have blooming plants all for the, spring, summer, and fall in Donahue Park. So if that's something, I don't know what the whole cost would be. Like right now, because of Kristen's fundraiser, we have $458.82 extra money in our pot. So, we could be in a position, if you guys want to allocate, we could allocate $500 towards pollinating plants, not to exceed $500 in Donahue Park tonight, if you guys want to do that. Or if you want to leave it for next month to discuss, it's up to you. Any thoughts? Did I lose you? Everybody's quiet.
This is Kristen. I would be fine with that, but I don't know anyone else's thoughts.
I'm good with it. Either way is fine with me.
Is everyone familiar where that garden is in Donahue Park by the gazebo? Because right now it's really overgrown and needs to be completely redone.
It needs some color too.
It needs what?
It actually needs some color in there too. I think there's not much color in there.
Yeah, it would be nice, something flowering and nice and colorful.
Let's see, Carol, Kit, anyone else want to chime in here? Do you guys want to table this and talk about it next month, or do you want to allocate $500 tonight?
This is Kit. I was driving, and so I couldn't unmute myself.
Hi, Kit.
Is the 500, would that be, the amount needed to, I'm not familiar with the garden, so would that amount be needed to, make that pretty and clean it up and put color in it?
I can get a better estimate. I mean, we can always approve this via email.
Yeah, it just seems like, I don't know how big the area is. 500 seems like a lot. And if we've got some other projects that we need money for, I don't know.
Well,
do we?
I think it's not to exceed $500. The whole garden has to get ripped up.
Okay, so there's labor as well.
Oh yeah, no, there's labor because everything has to get dig up and replanted.
That adds up fast.
Is that against the wall, Julie? That one you're talking about?
No, it's the right-hand side of the gazebo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know,
So
if
who
you
rips
want,
it up? The town?
we can ask the town. Why don't we table this for tonight, and that way you guys, I'll send you pictures so that way you know, because I don't want to rush you guys on this.
That'd be great.
And that way you guys can look at the area, or if you're driving downtown, if you can check it out, that would be great. And I'll get a better estimate, but I have a feeling it's going to be more than 500, but let me get more information on that. And I'll see what the town can do as well. If they have time, that's the thing, because Danny knows better than that. It's getting to be springtime and we could lose the town right now. And if this is something we want to get done, but let's table it for now, and we can always discuss it via email.
Real quickly, right with that, Eric maintains that area. I don't know. That would be a discussion to check with him too, because he might want to maintain that area as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yep. That's where I was going next. Is reaching out to him because he needs to maintain it.
Thanks.
So Kit, do you have anything to add on the certificate of appreciation? Because obviously we're not going to meet with anybody yet. Are you okay tabling that for now?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. And then Carol, the beautification signs are in. They're absolutely beautiful. So I do have some at the office. So what I'm planning on doing, Carol made this suggestion, is as we do the plantings for spring, we'll strategically put them out for a week or two by our plantings. So just know that I have them. Carol has one for the police department. You know, I'm going to put one by the Westwood Pawcatuck Bridge and wherever we're planting. But I don't want it to be overkill, obviously, but I want people to know what we're doing.
Yeah, and they can move,
Carol,
move with the project.
Yeah, absolutely. And someone has suggested the Route 1 Island project. I think that was Carol, so that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
And Carol, thank you for being one of our sponsors for that. So thank you, Carol. Really appreciate
keep that quiet.
Not too late in the minutes. No, sorry. No, you guys are all too generous. So as far as the advertisement, we have the signs. As far as communication, you know, I'm hoping to be in the next Stonington magazine. If you have any other suggestions, obviously we have our social media page. And again, on our social media page, as you guys have suggestions that you want to share, ideas with the community, that's what that page is for. So send me that kind of stuff. So that way we can start using that a little bit more, because we have quite a few people that follow us, by the way. So we just got to make sure we're continuing to do that. All right, we're going to move on to comments from the public because we have 7 minutes left. Is there any public out there? I think it's all committee members. All right.
I have something, Julie, I would like to say before we adjourn too.
Okay. Yep.
In the past, we have sent an email to Public Works about getting downtown cleaned up. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a duck race this year or not. But,
I don't think so. No.
Well, it's been 3 years, I think, since the islands have been mulched downtown. Do we want to request that?
Can I ask a question on that? So Carol, when we did the island Pawcatuck sign, and you had your little what was that? The claw tool you had, and of course it came out beautiful when you did that. How did you think the mulch was? I think we have to kind of go out there and look at it again, right? To see if we're gonna have to go out.
Because I saved it last year by just using a big heavy rake. You know, I don't know what it's not a leaf rake. It would be a dirt rake, and just really chop it and turn it over because it really gets stiff on there.
Yeah,
it came out great. So we saved that, but you can only do it so often because it rots. You know, then it's just like dirt.
Yeah. So we have to look. So we'll have to get out there and look at it, right?
Yeah. The same Donahue Park and the island across from CVS and Mystic, Julie.
Yep.
We've done it in the past.
Right,
oh yeah. Forgot about that one.
Yes. Public Works has remulched them in the past, but it's been like at least 3 years, I believe, since they've been done.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So spring cleanup and okay.
How about Danny? How about the police station? How does that work? I'm gonna try when I plant to turn that mulch over, but that's horrible too.
In the past, Chris Gomes has reached out to Public Works to at least go and pick up a load of mulch for them and drop it off. And that's the same
Okay.
thing with Human Services, Julie. That hasn't been done. That didn't get done last year, I don't believe.
I don't think so.
I don't think new mulch was put there. And then there's the neighborhood center too that hasn't been mulched in a couple of years also. I think you and Sean did that last time with the cleanup there.
Yeah, that was a big project. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's just a request asking if that's something that's able to be done.
Yeah, I'll put it out
Yeah.
there this week. But if we can, I just want to make sure if we can check it too first to see what it looks like.
Yep.
If it's at all, is it compacted or does it need fresh mulch or what it needs? I think it's all going to be different. But and I don't know, Danny, if you're working downtown, and just let us know what it looks like. All right. Anything else? Thank you
I'll check
for that.
the police station mulch. That either could use it or I'll bring the rake and when I plant and just see if I can turn it over first. You know,
Okay. Is that
see if that works.
red mulch there? I'm trying to remember. Or is that the dark cedar?
It got switched back
it's
to
dark.
dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
So they did get rid of the red. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Julie, I don't know what
Very-
there's one more spot. I'm sorry, town hall. I didn't think of that either. We've mulched that before too. I don't know. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right. Anything else? All right. You got. We covered a lot tonight in an hour, and I really appreciate that. You know, I like to move things along, and you all have amazing ideas. And again, I just want you to feel empowered. And you know, like I said, the how-to stuff I'm all down for. Let's get it out there. Let's share it. Let's get it out to our schools and other community housing facilities, senior facilities, anything that is going to be helpful. I think it would be great. And IOU had everyone had some really great ideas. So again, it's very, very helpful for me if you guys summarize things to me and send them to me. And obviously, it's a more productive meeting if I have your agenda items before the meeting. So I appreciate you guys doing that. So this was a really good meeting. So on that note, is there a motion to adjourn?
Can I just say one thing? Deb, I'll contact you about the town, and then Anne Marie, if you and I want to meet and just walk Home Street, that would be great too. I'll do that with you.
That'd be great. Sure, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
All right, you guys are kicking
sounds
butt.
good.
All right, motion to adjourn. Is there a
Motion to
motion?
adjourn.
Oh my gosh, who was that?
Second.
Just put somebody down.
Stacy seconded.
Carol.
All right. You get that, Kristen? I know I'm tired, and it's like, what time is it? Because I feel like I'm ready for bed already.
It's 5:50.
Okay,
Yeah, motion by second by Carol. Are we good with that?
that's right.
Perfect.
That's right. All right. Thanks everybody. Stay safe. Our next meeting is the third Monday of April, which is April 19th. And luckily, my internet only cut out once this time. So thank you, Danny, being on standby. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
all.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.